Good morning, everyone. It's Don. We're working on the Panga. You'll be hearing that a lot from me here. I'm really trying to get this thing done in that 3-month window. I don't know that it's going to happen, but I'm striving for it. So I haven't got to get out there fishing like I want to. It's been a little windy offshore, you know, so that's been keeping me back too. So anyways, let's not make this a big long-winded video. Let's get to work. So what are we doing today? We got these large holes in the side of this Panga where the vents used to be, because if this was the IO, the inboard diesel, and it had to have airflow in there. Well, we don't have no need for these vents in these large holes. We got to fill these, and for all general purposes, I can't get to the back side of these holes. So what's today's video? It's going to be how to patch those large holes when you can't access the back side. And you can see I've got my materials here. I've got a piece of 1708 cut up. I got a fiberglass scrap here, and I was going to make some sheets, but you know, I got that big motor box, and I'm going to use it. We're going to be using some peel ply today. We're going to be using our 5-to-1 epoxy. I wanted to do all this in one step, get this in there and fill it all at one time, but I really can't do that because it's not exactly true, and you can see these holes in here. So once I get my fiberglass on my fiberglass board here, and that's why I got these screws stuck in here, like you see, so I got something to hold on to. We're going to take and use these screws to hold on to it to get this inside there, and we're going to hold it, and you can see I got it all drawn out on there, and that's important. Now once we fiberglass all this, it becomes transparent, and I'll be able to see this. This is my window that I'm going to see, and that's where my screw holes are going to go. And then I'm going to screw this through the sides, and it's going to pull that plate to the inside of that with all that fiberglass, and it'll hear all that, and the screws, and it's going to let it dry. Now I'm using a 5-to-1 epoxy, and that's got the problem with blushing, so before I can come back and finish my job, I'll have to clean that off. But one thing that helps a lot, and I didn't mention that in the last video, if you use peel ply over the top of it when it dries, and you pull your peel ply off, it actually removes, I don't know, if not all of the blushing, 95% of it. So it's about ready to go after that. So I'm not going to need much. I just got this one piece here. It's probably going to be a little over an ounce or so. I already got my cup marked out. Let's go ahead and get this going. Let's just do it. It's not going to take long. And you know, some people would be intimidated. Hey, I got to patch this big hole, but I can't get to the back side to do what I need to do. What's going to go on? Well, this is how you do it. And it's going to be strong as strong can be. All right, so we'll start out by getting our epoxies mixed up. I already got my cut mark, so I don't got to think about it too much. All right, there's 50 milliliters of epoxy, and I'm going to put 10 more, so that's 5-to-1 of the hardener. There we go. It's just a little job, so just a little mixing cup. And you know, I get these wooden coffee stirrers. You know, they just come in so handy for little jobs like this. You don't want to use a whole big tongue depressor or not. But I'm going to stir this for a while. You know, you hear me say it time and time again. Stir it some more. When you think you've stirred it enough, stir it some more. You got to stir it plenty. So I'm going to be stirring this for a couple minutes, and we'll edit that part out. Body, so you can watch me do it. I don't have anybody here to hold this stuff for me. That's one problem when you're working alone. Working alone is one problem. trying to work alone and film all this stuff is another problem. And you can see I got a little painter's visqueen down the side of the boat. It shouldn't be a big mess, but you never know, so why have to worry about cleaning that up? That'll take care of that. And I put a piece of cardboard on the ground because I don't know, I don't want a lot of epoxy down there. All right, let's get going here. We're doing good. We're gonna wet this board out first. When you're using this 1708, you always want to put it's got the woven side and it's got the CSM on the back side. You want to put that to where you're working, but in this case, I want this to go to the boat. So I know it's going to adhere anyways with this epoxy. We're going to put that on there just like you see it there. Okay, now see it's transparent, so I can see where I'm going to put them screws. You don't want to have to fight it because it'll roll up your cloth. Alright, I'm going to switch the camera to my body view so you can just watch me as I'm doing this job. Alright, let's get after it. So this is the only reason you got to put these two screws in here. So you got something to hold on to. And we're going to get it into the space. And we're going to pull it back where it needs to be. And I got these screws where it'll sit on that edge, and then I know it's just about right. And you can see my trace mark with my Sharpie. You want these screw holes to line right up the first try. Sometimes easier said than done. Okay, here we go. There's one. Woo! Wouldn't you know, I parked boat here, I got this pole right in my way. And let's get another one. You want to make sure you got it right in them holes or it'll bunch your fiberglass up on you. I got pre-drilled holes in here. There we go. There we go. See that epoxy squeeze out there? Now we can take that out. We can take that out. Get the fin roller on it one more time. But by doing this, it's solid, solid, solid. Now that's adhered to the inside of the boat. This would be as strong as if the boat was built that way. Okay, let's get our peel ply on here. This is going to help us out a lot. As I said, when you take this off, it's going to take the blush off with it, which is definitely a plus. I'll still wash it anyways. You know, to get that blush off, you just wash it with some warm water, and that way I make sure I get right to the very corners. But this is really going to do a great job, and it makes a very nice surface. When you take this peel ply off, it's almost a textured surface, so it's, you know, it's ready for its next layer of whatever you need to go onto it without grinding and roughing it up. I'm gonna call that good enough. I always keep a little bit of, when I'm working epoxy, I always use lacquer thinner. And I keep a little bit right here just to clean out my fin roller, so it's good for me next time. I always got just a cheap throwaway brush in there for doing this. Works real well. Okay, that's that. We just filled a big hole in the side of the boat that you can't access from the inside. So there you go. That's going to have to set up for a little while. I'll let that set. We'll come back and peel that peel ply off, and then I'll show you how we're going to layer that up and make it all right. So hey, this is where I get to take a break for a little while. Or actually, I'll do the other side, and we'll catch back up. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. All right, we're back on a job. It's been half the day. We've been bouncing around doing some other stuff, wasting some time. But this is dry now. So here's our peel ply on here, and you know, always leave a corner somewhere. Never goop it the whole way. You just won't be able to grab anything. But there we go, just that easy. And you can see that leaves that, it's just a nice texture in here, and it's dry to feel right now. I say it's dry to feel, but when the epoxy, when that 5-to-1 epoxy dries, it's got like it feels greasy. It feels wet and greasy feel to it, and that's that amium blush that comes out. So here's the other side, and feel-o-vision. It's on the outside of it. Can you feel that? I mean, it seems like I ought to be able to see it on my fingers, but you can't. But it's like a greasy feeling. We'll pull that off. And now that's that good, dry, no blush, textured. Now I can start laying some layers of glass in here, build it up. I'll build it up most of the way, you know, 90–95% of the way. And the last little bit, I'll just smooth that over with some bearing compound, and it'll all get finished out when the boat gets painted. Okay, I hope this helps. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.